Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to another episode of my weekly Q&A show, Todd the People's Questions, episode 243. This time we have about 5 questions from only about 5 of you, so you're all regulars, so welcome all back. Starting off with the first question, coming from normally the first person to send in their questions, Mr. Sansko Scarpino. And he wants to know if someone did not... Now, this was really confusing to say, so just work with me on this one. If someone did a sub on an anime series that was already dubbed, and they copied and pasted the script from the dub, would it be a good sub? Okay, why would anyone want to post up the script for something that's already dubbed? You put something in dub so you don't need subtitles. The only reason I could see anyone needing a subtitles for a dub series is if you're deaf, or if, let's say, you don't understand English. Then that's the only need to ever have subtitles. But if you did put subtitles for a dub series, then obviously it's going to be, I guess, a solid sub because you're just putting up the script. I mean, if I'm watching something in Japanese, then obviously you need subtitles because I don't understand Japanese yet. So, yeah, I think that makes it a solid sub. Next question comes from Matt Cruz, and you want to know, do I ever plan on doing a versus battle involving anyone from Star Wars? As much as I would like to, I think that there are just other YouTubers who are better prepared to do that better than I am. There's only one matchup that I would personally want to do, but there are other. But I think guys like Antoine Badella or Jin Sarai or Ivanova, I think they can do the matchup better than I could. I trust their opinions on that matchup better than me. They know Star Wars way better than I do. So yeah, I'll leave the Star Wars versus series to the big boys, and I'll just stick to what I do best, which is other franchises. So no. Next question comes from Brandon Williams. He wants to know, why are my Just Dance videos so popular? And am I planning on picking up the next game? I'll be honest, I don't have an answer to that. I don't know why they're so popular. My bootleg Ghostbusters Just Dance video, which was like my first, I know that was one of the first Just Dance videos I ever put up, is now up to 11 million views. It gets literally hundreds of thousands of views a month, and it has been like that for the past 2 years. If I could just copy that amount of success and put it on all of my videos, I'd be a very, very happy person. So yeah, I don't have an answer for why it's so popular. In terms of the next game, I'm just waiting for Gamefly to send it. As soon as it gets here, I'm going to see if I can post up at least 5 videos from that game, just like I did for Just Dance 2016. I'm not sure if I'm going to show myself dancing this time around, but maybe if you guys want to see that, then I'll be sure to add it in the corner like I always do. But yeah, as soon as it gets here, I'll be sure to let you guys know on social media. Next question comes from Michael Beeland, and you want to know, if I had to pick which was superior between the 1998 Metal Gear Solid 1 and the 2004 Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes on GameCube, which would I think was superior? I think they both have advantages over one or the other, but I want to lean more towards Twin Snakes simply because I think that it had better game mechanics, because it took a lot of mechanic and gameplay elements from Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty and added them in. I also think the cinematics are far better in Twin Snakes than they are in Metal Gear Solid 1. Some old school fans don't like that it's so cinematic and it has a much more Hollywood style feel to it, but I think that makes it a little bit more consistent with the franchise. It allows us to see the characters do things that it would have been really, really hard to illustrate back in 1998. But the downside for me is that I don't like playing the GameCube. I don't really like its controls, and so that's why I've always kind of leaned more towards the 1998 version. So if I had to pick a game I would play, I would absolutely go with the 1998. But if I just want to watch the cutscenes, like I like to do with a lot of games, where I'll just watch the cutscenes like a movie, then I would absolutely go with Twin Snakes. But overall, I'd just give the 1998 just just a tiny bit edge over the 2004 GameCube edition. And the last question comes from JDS4696, and you want to know, why do I dislike massive open world video games? It's not that I dislike them, it's just I've not played one that was ever put in a setting or had a good enough story for me to even want to play for a long term. When you have games that long, you need a lot of time to play them, and for as regular and as much as games come out like around the certain times of the year, I need to play something that I can jump in, play, beat really quickly, get the review up, and then move on to the next game. Now, if this was a game that came out, say, in February, and I had like a month or two to play it, then I don't think I'd have a problem with that. But most open world games that I've seen rarely are placed in certain times like that, and they don't have the setting or story compelling enough for me to even be interested in playing it. So it really just depends on the setting and the story itself. If there was one that was good enough and it had an open world massive setting, then I would play it, but I haven't played one like that in a very, very long time. And with that, those are all the questions that you guys sent in for this episode. I'd like to thank the 5 of you for making this episode possible. If any of you have any more questions you'd like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below. But be sure you send them in to me before Wednesday, before I start filming this. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.